Spoils of Conquest, and Raid Gear. The thing that requires a 6-man fire team to be able to farm effectively. But what happens if you're a solo player? What happens if you're a duo? Or what happens if you just don't feel like talking to anybody? Well, this is the guide for you. This is going to be all raid loot that you can get solo, 2-man, or just stuff that doesn't require a mic. So first up on our list here, we have the Deepstone Crypt. You can do this solo. This chest is going to be a reroll chest with no spoils. So what that means is you have to have done this raid at some point in order to get any loot from this chest. And it will be a rerolled version of that loot. This also does not come with any spoils of conquest, but you can get deep sight resonance weapons from this if you're looking to craft some of these raid weapons. I am going to leave the path on the screen here for those who have never done it before. If you have done this and you know the path, just go ahead and skip forward ahead into to the next part of the video. But I am going to leave this up for those of you that do want to see the Sparrow path that you can take. Alternatively, you can sword skate, shatter skate, well skate, things like that. I do have a short on my channel that shows the path that I take to do that. So that is an option as well. And I also want to note that when you get to these little bubbles here that debuffs your frostbite, you don't have to kill all the enemies. You can just move on to the next bubble. I do it purely for the video. That way I'm not getting shot in the back the whole time while I'm trying to show everything. But you don't have to kill those enemies. I do want to note the cybersecurity or crypt security or whatever the hell it's called. That can be done 2-man. It involves getting out of the map a little bit, and I believe it requires you to do it on Warlock. I tried it on Hunter, and I didn't really have much luck, but apparently you can do that 2-man, and me and Dylan are going to try that at one point, and if we do it effectively, I will post a video of us doing that, so in the future, be on the lookout for that if we can get that done. As far as I'm aware, that chest would drop spoils and new loot as well. And then for the last one here, this one's always kind of tricky, so I like to kind of always mention this. I go to the right side of this rock, and then I just do a left, right pattern. So left and right, and then left, and then right, and then you want to make the jump at the end. Now, once you get to the entrance of the Deepstone Crypt, you want to go to the right side over here along this cliff, and there's going to be a little cubby up here that you can jump into, and the secret chest will be in here. Next on our list, we got Last Wish. There are going to be 2 chests that you can get from this raid solo very easily. They are both going to be reroll chests, and they are both going to be chests that do not contain spoils, but it is raid gear if that's what you're looking for. So once you wait for him to talk for hours, that door will open, and you're going to make your way. And again, I'm leaving this in here for the people who don't know how to get to the area that you need to get to. You're going to be heading over to the Wish Wall. In my Discord, if you join the Discord, I do have a Last Wish section that does have every single wish listed in there. So be sure to join the Discord, and you can check out all of that cool stuff. More on that later. So to the right over here is how you get to the first boss. But if you go past that and to the right over here and you jump over the cliff and follow the path around, that's when you can get to the Wish Wall, which we're almost there. And again, you can unlock each of these for each character. So that is 3 chests for Deepstone Crypts. That is 3 chances at Deep Sight Resonance. If you're so far, we're looking at here's the let me skip to that. There's the Wish Wall. So you're going to enter in this wish that I put on the screen here, and then you're going to go ahead and step on the plate, and that will teleport you to the Shirochi checkpoint. So far we're at 9 raid chests on the account. So when you get to the Shirochi checkpoint, you're going to turn around and backtrack this way, and I will show you where you need to head to. There's a little cubby kind of hidden in the side of this mountain here, right there. That's where you're going to be heading. So you just want to kind of platform your way across there, and there will be a hidden chest there. Just follow the visual aid here if you are stuck. If there's any chests that I missed or anything that is very doable 2-man, 3-man, solo, feel free to leave it in the comment if I didn't cover it, talk about it, or show it. There are some things that I didn't do that can do, but I will go over those at the appropriate time. So there's the first one. So now you're going to reset your progress for the raid, and you're going to come back to the wish wall and enter in this wish now. And this is going to take you to the Morgeth checkpoint. And once you get to the Morgeth checkpoint, basically you're going to want to sword fly all the way to the other side. So another turnaround deal and head this way. If you shatter skate with a hunter, you can do it. If you well skate with a warlock, you can do it. With a hunter, I put on the line rampants, and I eager edge and then float, and then wait a second, pull my sword out, eager edge, float, rinse and repeat, and that was able to get me across. I also had thunder crash on just in case. So you'll fly all the way across, but it is doable with every character. At that point, you will make your way down this way and around the mountain, and you will get your second chest up here and across. All right, next on the list, Vow of the Disciple. This is a reroll chest, so no new loot for this one, but you do get 5 Spoils of Conquest. So this one's actually the easiest probably on the list to get. So you just want to kill the projection of Savathun. You want to make your way up to the area that you would normally go to, and there's going to be 3 abominations that spawn that are going to cause a debuff of Pervading Darkness. You don't need to kill the abominations. For the sake of the video, I do, just to make everything easier. But when you get here, this is where the abominations are going to spawn. Now, there's going to be 3 nodes that you're going to want to shoot. So after you've dealt with your abominations, you will head over to the location on the screen. The first one will be here. And the second one will be up here and around the corner. As you get closer, it will highlight on your HUD there. And then finally, the third one is up here. Dill and I, we are currently experimenting and trying to work with what encounters could be 2-man and 3-man. So as soon as we figure that out, we'll get back to you on that. Acquisition, we're hoping that we could 2-man it, maybe 3. The only thing with that is that requires a lot of callouts, which kind of defeats the purpose of what this video is. And then here is your secret chest that drops you 5 spoils, and you do get a chance of Deep State Resonance from that one as well. Next on the list is Garden of Salvation. This is another one where you get 2 chests from it, re-rolled, and no spoils. You can do this solo. I know Dill was in the last one for Vow of Disciple, but that can be done completely solo. I just want to note that. This is another one that can be done completely solo as well. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think Garden of Salvation is worth it, in my opinion. You don't get spoils, and I believe the only thing you can get from the chest is armor, I believe, but you'll have to check me on that. So you want to make your way across the field of flowers there and jump down here. Now this one is really tricky, and the reason I say it's not worth it is this one is really tricky to do. Both of them are, and I don't think it's worth the time or the effort unless you can do it the first try every time. So you'll make your way up, jump, and slide underneath like that barrier that's there. As you make your way, there will be a timer that counts down trying to kill you, and you want to jump and land in this corner right there. And if you saw the little loading that popped up there, as that pops up, you actually want to kill yourself, which I didn't there, and you don't have to reset, go back to orbit, and load back in. You can actually just jump around like this, and you just want to reload this instant there. So if you saw it pause for a second and say loading, you reloaded this last instance. So I figured out what I'm doing is I was double jumping and correcting my fall. You just want to fall hard like this, boom, and you'll die. And I think it's the fall damage that's killing you more than the weapon is. So you want to die in that corner. And when you do, the game will struggle, and it's not going to know where to spawn you, and it'll spawn you back inside, and then you just continue along the path like normal to get the secret chest from here. So again, for whatever reason, if you wanted to run and get these chests, and you wanted to get some maybe different stat rolled loot or something, though I included it because it is raid gear that you can get solo, but I don't personally think that that's worth it to do. We're going to jump into this cubby here, and then here is your secret chest number 1. Now, for chest number 2, just follow the path that I take, which is the normal path, as far as I'm aware. You're going to follow it up and go here, and you're going to run all the way down to the end of this area up above, or up ahead. Now the wall in front of you, that giant wall, you got to make it to the top of that. So what you want to do is you want to get your exotic stasis grenade launcher, the Cryocrene or the Cryosteen, or I think it's Cryocrene. And I use a grenade, for the stasis class. And just basically you're just trying to climb up there. Now heat rises on a warlock works well. The Titan's Thundercrash works really well. Sorry, this is like my 8th time trying to record this. But using this launcher, you can just shoot and hop on it like I am. And even then, look, I'm failing like miserably and still doing it. So just even if you suck, you can still do it. Then there's like little indents in the wall, so you just want to kind of go in there. And then eventually you'll get all the way to the top. And when you do, now I Shatter Skate to get across. You can Icarus Dash to get across, or Dawnblade. But there is going to be a debuff. I think you have to get high enough, and that debuff goes away. But if you're low, then the out of bounds will try to kill you. But I Shatter Skate just to get across. You do whatever method works for you, but you need to get across quick. At that point, you just follow the path around like normal, and just follow the pathing that I take, and the secret chest will be up ahead. So I do cover most of the chests that you can get solo. I think all of them that you can get solo. And then there are some that require duo. There's even some that require a few people. But none of these require mics to talk to people. Dylan and I, we kind of have a habit. Every Tuesday upon reset, we do this whole looking for group. This whole rotation that you're looking at right now, with the exception of like Garden of Salvation and like Last Wish, we don't do those. But all these other ones, we do it every Tuesday to get the free spoils and the free loot, the chance for the Deep Sight Resonance weapons. We do this every week, and we never talk to a single person. So it can be done without ever having to speak to someone, which was kind of cool, because I know there's some people out there that might be a little more antisocial, or they don't want an entire raid team, or don't want to run an entire raid. Also here, don't go to the right like I did. See, I quickly realized that I'm an idiot. Go back the other way and go through the left one. And then the chest is going to be up above you to the left. Right there. So when you hop up, you'll get your second chest for Garden of Salvation. All right. Vault of Glass. Now, I have this one in here multiple times because you can do it multiple ways. This one is purely for the second secret chest. Not the opening chest, but the second secret one. This one you can get solo. Basically, you want to line yourself up with this rock, and you want to dash into the rock and get out at the same time. It took me a few attempts, but about 5 minutes of trying it, I was able to get through the ground. Now, be ready when you phase through the floor, because you're going to have to jump. You're going to have to make it to a ledge, because you'll just fall forever. Not forever, but you'll fall and die. So you'll dash, fall through the floor, and I jump, and it helps to have a sword out, and boom, you get across. Now you're just going to follow the path that I take here, going from ledge to ledge, and if you die, I show it here in a second, but I'm going to say it now, if you die, it is okay, because you will spawn underneath here. So as long as you're underneath here, and you put feet on the ground in some sort of way, you will respawn down here as well. So you can just keep trying over and over again. So I'm showing it there, I died, and then it'll respawn me right over here. Back up. That's probably the toughest jump to make down here, honestly. So after you get up here, there is one area that there's a very important step here. You're going to jump across here. Basically, you're going to make one jump where you don't want to touch the ground. You'll like load into the new area, and you don't want to touch the ground because it'll kind of screw everything up. So you jump across here, and then you want to jump on this ledge. You see the ledge is all lit up right here? I'm jumping to it right now. Jump here and get ready for the next jump, because you're going to have to make a big jump. It'll load, see, big jump, and don't touch the ground. And you want to fall off of this edge just like I did, and it'll then respawn you in the area. If you see my ghost is there, it'll respawn me there, and then you just go get the second secret chest like normal. So you just I just sparrowed down. You jump down here into this cubby, and then you just run around and grab the secret chest. Now, this chest is a reroll chest, but it does drop 5 more spoils of conquest. So as of right now, we're up to 10 per character, so we're up to 30 spoils of conquest. But we ain't done yet. But this is 30 spoils of conquest solo, which is huge. And now, the next part. Xbox has a thing on it. It's looking for group. That's this right here. You enter in tags. I highlight the no mic section because, no mic. And then you just put in what raid you're looking for and put what area you're at. Now, the reason that I bring this up, and I know PS4 and PC doesn't have this, Lightfall will be adding in a looking for group tab in the game. So this sort of thing will be in game. Now, I don't know how exactly they're going to do it, but it'll be there. So I wanted to include this. Also, join my Discord. We are constantly running raids. I am helping new lights, people who want to do raids, who have never gotten raids. I post all my uploads and my live streams. I also have sections for all the raids with maps, the loot tables, try to be as informational as possible. Lastly, make sure that you join the clan, join the 221 clan, so that we can help you run through raids and get loot together and build a community. Let's do it. All right. Moving on, Vault of Glass. Now, we're doing Vault of Glass, the new loot chest. So this is actually going to be doing the encounter. We did a looking for group, and we got 1 additional person. That makes 3 total. You can do this. Dylan and I have done it with 2, and you can do it with solo even. It is, the less people you have, the more increasing in difficulty, obviously. But if you do it with 3 people, you just go 1 person per plate. And these Minotaurs right here, these Praetorians, you don't want them to touch the plate. The goblins, and all those, the Vex, that's fine that they touch it, but you don't want those Praetorians or the Minotaurs to touch the plate. And all you're doing is just running back and forth between the spawn points, making sure you kill them as soon as they spawn so that they don't touch the plate. And I've done this over 20 times, and every time that I've done it, and I've got a guy, I haven't said a word to him, and he's just known to not go on my plate. He's just known to go to another plate. So it seems to be a pretty effective strategy. You can do it duo. Dylan and I have done it duo. I did a video in the past where we did it duo, and it is very, very difficult. But you can do it. And you can also do it solo. Basically, what you do is you shoot the heads off of the Praetorians or the Minotaurs, and they start to chase you. So you cap a plate, shoot their head off, and then have them chase you away from the plate that they would capture. But either way, eventually you will get it and unlock the next chest. I don't include the chest after this one, that secret chest, because we already saw that one. But this is going to drop new loot and 5 more spoils. So if you do it this way, we're up to 15 spoils of conquest. Next and last on our list is King's Fall. There are 2 chests you can get in King's Fall, one of which is going to give you new loot and no spoils, and the other one is going to give you spoils and reroll. So what you want to do is establish runners and door shooters. So you can send this to a text when they join the looking for group thing, or you could just go with it. Like if it's normally, because I have Dylan and Dylan and I are always playing together as a duo, we just designate him and myself as runners, and then we get them to open doors. And sometimes it takes a second, but eventually it gets it. Now this one is the most technically proficient one. This is the one that will require the most communication, if any. So this one may kind of break the whole point of this video, but you can do it without talking to anyone on a mic. We've done it before. And then after you've dunked the 6th one, you'll have to do that 6 times, grabbing the orb, running it back, dunking it. After you've done that 6 times, you'll go up to the front, kill the enemies, jump through the portal, and you will grab your loot. This can also drop deep sight resonance weapons that are craftable. Now, the last one for the video. King's Fall, reroll chest, 5 points. You want to stand on this plate that I'm standing on? There's one on the other side as well. Once the 2 people stand on that plate and another 2 people go to the other side, and there's a little door to the left. I don't know if you can see it there. It's to the left on that walkway. Once they get the chest, they'll go to the other side. They'll stand on 2 plates over there, opening the path for you. And you can either make your way up to that door there and just walk up that little walkway. It's like a very skinny walkway, so it's kind of dangerous. That's where that guy's going right now to go get it. Or I thunder crash from the other side. Whatever you can do to get up there. But basically, yeah, you just stand on 2 plates, it opens up this door, and then you go up to this ledge up here, and you can get there through the door, or you can get there the way that I did as well. And then this is going to be a chest that drops 5 spoils and a re-rolled item. Now, I break it down for you here. These are the spoils that you can get with everything that I just showed in the video. That is 20 spoils per character, 10 chests per character, which equates to 30 chests per account, and 60 spoils per week. So if you do exactly what I did here, you get 60 spoils in 1 week, which we don't have very long until Lightfall. So in 3 weeks' time, you would max out your spoils. So if you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to join the Discord and ask, or just leave it in a comment below. Later.